zone.
What up, what up? It is the morning after with Nick and Big J. Welcome to Friday, dude. We made it.
Yes.
Last Friday of the week, last Friday of the month, last Friday of January, Big J. It is the 30th day of January, 2026. Welcome to it, dude.
Thanks.
Hopefully you had a good month. Hopefully you had a good week. Do we want to do the grades? We did a halfway grade,
F.
I remember.
It's an F.
Oh, went down to an F?
Yeah.
Really? How
Pretty
come?
depressing month.
Yeah, I suppose.
Sorry. I hate to drag real world into it, but
You had some good news work-wise, though.
yeah, that was nice.
Okay. But not enough to offset anything else.
It's ugly out there.
It is. It's gross. But is it pretty inside here, Big J?
Yeah, of course.
No, I disagree.
You're wearing a colorful hoodie.
Thanks, man.
Baby blue.
Covered it. Because I still don't feel great. But you know what?
I love how that's making you feel better, though.
It really does. It really does. We power through, don't we?
Yeah.
And we've got an opportunity for you to check out PBR this weekend. Going to give you your first chance to go check out some tickets to the official X-Fest 2026 pre-party with Filter, Finger 11, and Local H. That's on the agenda for today. We also are going to talk to the Comedy Lounge about all of the cool things happening over there this weekend. Big J's going to give you a song of the week. You want to give us any hints on that?
Yeah, we're coming hard.
Okay. So prepare yourself.
Yeah.
And get all your things in order, because you never know what's going to come at you through the speakers. So it should be a good Friday show. Hang on for that. We're going to start with some Sublime Santeria, kicking things off here on the morning after on the X.
Important stuff. Launch newsfeed. On the morning after with Nick and Big J.
Important stuff is brought to you by Top Golf. Going to be out there in a little over a week for our big game party, Sunday, February 8th. You're invited to come hang out with us and watch the game. It's absolutely free to get in, absolutely free to partake in all of the prizes that we're going to be giving away. You just got to show up and have some fun. Maybe you want to snag a bay. You can hit some balls. They have TVs in every single bay, so you can watch the game as you do that as well. Or you can just hang out in the bar area with us. It's got a ton of space, a ton of TVs, including a gigantic one where you won't miss a single second of the action if you are in there with us. There are TVs everywhere you look and a gigantic one at the bar. We're going to have a lot of fun. And, of course, you want to get there before kickoff. Our broadcast is going to begin at 2. But if you're there before kickoff, you can take part in the free Super Square Pool. And you'll have an opportunity to win a ton of prizes at the end of every quarter. Concert tickets, VIP experiences, autographed guitars, all of it. Check out xrock.com for additional details, but we will see you at the X's big game party at Top Golf. Agree or disagree? Big
Yeah,
Jack?
it's going to be the best one we've ever had.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
So you don't want to miss out on that.
A lot of fun. We got some snow earlier this week for just a little bit of a second, but it's going to warm right up this weekend. Unseasonably warm temperatures this weekend and into next week. We're talking about the 50s. And so that has...
Back on two wheels, baby.
Once again has urged the Ridge to Rivers nonprofit to warn people about the Boise foothills. The trails are going to be wet and muddy, and that's going to make them highly susceptible to damage. And so you want to make sure you don't do any lasting harm when you're out there. Footprints, tire ruts, hoof prints, all of that can harden, create erosion, safety hazards, and costly maintenance issues. So you want to make sure you choose paved paths or all-weather options over the course of the next week or so, because there are 17 of them throughout the Treasure Valley, and you're going to want to take advantage of those because the ones that are dirt are going to be dangerous and you could cause some irreparable harm to them. So
yeah.
Keep that in mind as you go forward this weekend and start hiking it up. If you're not on a motorcycle, don't take your motorcycle in the foothills.
Yeah, it's not legal.
So make sure you're exercising caution and doing the right thing. Thanks. Big J, it looks like the Hug Watch will be going away this upcoming baseball season. That's when cameras catch baseball players hugging their teammates in the dugout after they have been doing some sort of good things. Basically, they've been they especially do that when they've been informed of being traded, and they say goodbye to all their teammates.
Oh, okay.
Right around the deadline. The upcoming season, MLB has moved the usual July 31st deadline to August 3rd. That day has only half the teams on the schedule, and they're all playing at night. And because of this setup, we won't be able to see any mid-game hugs, unfortunately, and people saying goodbye to people, because usually they get traded in the middle of the game and they didn't know about it, and they get pulled out of the game. It's a weird
that's
thing
going to ruin the sport
that baseball does that nobody else does, but not anymore. Baseball's like, listen, not going to have that a part of it. So you're going to have to find out your player gets traded in a different way. Big J, the Library of Congress has announced that 25 teams have been inducted into the National Film Registry of 2025. I bet you've seen some or most of these, Big J. Clueless, does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
The Karate Kid.
Hell yeah.
Glory.
Yep.
Remember that? The Big Chill.
Yeah, The Big Chill.
The Grand Budapest Hotel.
Yeah.
Also, High Society. Remember the Mel Brooks movie from the 80s?
Oh, I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Philadelphia.
Of course.
The Incredibles.
Oh, yeah.
White Christmas.
Yeah.
Before Sunrise.
Huh?
Ethan Hawke.
Mm-mm.
No?
Nope.
You didn't watch any of the Before trilogy?
No.
Directed by Richard Linklater. The Truman Show.
Yeah.
Frida. Salma Hayek.
Yeah.
The Hours. An Academy Award-winning performance from Nicole Kidman in that one, Big
Nope.
J. And Inception. But
What?
the movie that topped public nominations, The Thing, Big J, from John Carpenter, also got in. 6 silent films and 4 documentaries also among the class. The films capture important parts of our nation's history. The registry now contains 925 films, and selections began in 1989. And TCM, Turner Classic Movies, will screen all of the inductees beginning on March 19th, so you can watch them all on the channel if you haven't watched any of them before or want to watch them again. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your first round of important stuff. It is the X Rocks.
Here's traffic.
Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child of Mine, here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. And here is something that I'm just quite frankly surprised it took this long for this particular brand kind of tag team to happen. But Tabasco, you've heard of the sauce, yes?
Oh, of course, man. One of my faves.
And Absolute, you've heard of the brand, yes?
Yeah.
Vodka. They have teamed up to join forces to release Absolute Tabasco Vodka, Big J.
Disgusting.
It is a new spirit designed to add heat to a bunch of cocktails and enjoy people that like things on the spicier side of life, Big J.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you say disgusting, but you can understand what
No, I can't understand it.
particular beverage this would be used for specifically, right?
Yeah, I guess a Bloody Mary.
Yes, a Bloody Mary. They are trying to become the official vodka of a Bloody Mary with less ingredients and kind of like a balanced flavor. It's sugar-free, it's gluten-free, and it's supposed to be the kind of thing that's right up the alley for people that enjoy a Bloody Mary during brunch, because both of those things are usually ingredients in your standard Bloody Mary. You understand?
Yeah.
And so what happens is the vodka is blending Absolute's traditional recipe with some fermented and aged red pepper mesh as well that's used in Tabasco sauce that's going to give it a little bit extra kick. And that's what they're trying to spice things up a little bit. But it sounds gross to you?
Yeah.
But you like Bloody Marys?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Then what's the difference, I guess?
Well, I don't, usually it's a Bloody Mary mixed. And maybe it has Tabasco in it, but it's not like, I don't like spicy drinks.
Okay.
I like spicy.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily like spicy drinks. If, I'll take a Bloody Mary every now and then, but that's rare.
Well, drinking is rare, period.
Yeah.
But you can understand the appeal for those that enjoy Bloody Marys, right?
Sure.
I mean, obviously I can't have a Bloody Mary. It's got tomatoes in it. It would murder me. But are they traditionally spicy?
I mean, depends on your palate.
Sure.
Right. It's supposed to have a little bit of kick to it.
Right. I kind of thought that was the one of the reasons why you would get it, is it's got some spicy kind of like elements to it that make it stick out a little bit more. So don't be surprised if you see this in other places or it's offered up as an opportunity because really it comes down to distributors. You understand? If they're going to push this to people like, hey, try this, it's probably going to end up on shelves somewhere, and maybe, just maybe, it could end up in a Bloody Mary. But I have a hard time trying to figure out what else you could mix this in to make it be something that would be worth trying. But some people like spicy things all the way around.
They sure do.
So I guess it could be for you if you wanted to add a little spice to your cocktail. Maybe a spicy vodka tonic. I don't know. It's up to you. But it's now available for you to try at your own leisure. Morning After with Nick and Big J. We're going to get Big J's Song of the Week. That's going to happen next on the X Rocks. Smashing Pumpkins 1979 here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. Every single Friday, Big J selects a song to get your blood flowing for the weekend. First, you find out the song, then you find out why. What you got this week, Big J?
How about some new Lamb of God, Into Oblivion?
Big J's Song of the Week on the X Rocks. Here's Big J's Song of the Week. That is Lamb of God, Into Oblivion. What you picking that song for, dude?
Yeah, it's brand new music from Lamb of God. It's first new music we've had in 4 years. That is the title track of their new album, obviously called Into Oblivion, which is coming out here in February, I believe. And, of course, they're going on a tour, skipping right over the Treasure Valley. Not sure why. That sucks, but they'll be in the neighborhood. The 28th of March, they're going to be in Salt Lake. 30th, they'll be in Portland. So if you want to get your Lamb of God on, I would suggest you do that. And you know, the great thing about this too, Nick, is like when bands just get older and they stay true to who they are, they just keep getting better and better. And I think this is an example of that for sure.
Lamb of God does not mess around. I'll tell you that right now.
No.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. On the way, some important stuff as well as We're Going to Hell. It's next on the X.
Important stuff.
What's going on in the news today?
The Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Important stuff brought to you by the PBR. It's going on all weekend long down at the Ford Idaho Center Arena in Nampa tonight. Tomorrow night, the PBR takes over the arena. It's going to be awesome. The top bow riders in the sport are in town, and they're getting ready to get some points for the Pendleton Whiskey Velocity Tour. So if you want to check it out, you can tonight and tomorrow night. Tickets are on sale now, ictickets.com, or continue listening to this very radio station. We'll give you a chance to win some with some Pop Culture Smackdown coming up here in a little over an hour.
Damn right.
Big J, we know how you like to compare yourself to the average American, right?
I guess, yeah.
So they sat
It's a hobby
down
of mine.
and they talked to American adults that happen to be in a committed relationship. You are in that category. Agree or disagree?
Yeah, agreed.
And they had them sit down and talk about them getting it on, Big J.
Getting it on.
And it turns out the average American couple gets it on about 4 times a month. Congratulations. 25% of couples are intimate about once a month or less. The younger you are, the more you get it on, of course. Gen Z, 5.3 encounters monthly. Then millennials, 5.1. And then you go into 4 times a month on average once you get into Gen X or so, Big J. How do you compare it to the average American?
That sounds right.
All right. About once a week? You don't have it on the calendar or anything, do you?
No.
Like this is
Not
getting it
quite
on
that,
day?
no.
The study found strong links between bedroom satisfaction and relationship behaviors. Couple having frequent sex also happen to have more date nights. And like to text with each other every now and again, more consistently. And those that have kind of rare intimate sessions, they don't go out very much. They don't have a lot of date nights. And they don't talk very much. That's obviously communication is one of the big kind of factors in a successful relationship. So here's hoping if you're in a committed relationship, about once a week is what is it. And if it's more than that, congratulations.
Especially if you're older.
Better than the average American. That is correct. Big J, are you excited about the Royal Rumble?
Oh, in Riyadh?
Yeah.
No, because I don't watch wrestling. I don't keep up with it. If I did, then I would be interested in it.
But it's the third longest running annual WWE premium live event, dude.
Okay.
It's happening
tell me
tomorrow.
more.
It'll be broadcast on ESPN Unlimited. The event will take place in Saudi Arabia, started in 1988, and is usually the first premium live event of each year. Of course, it's happening in February, so that's going to be the case. Jey Uso won last year. He's going to look to become the next wrestler to win back-to-back Royal Rumble matches. Big J, only 4 wrestlers have won back-to-back Royal Rumble matches. 3 of the 4 happened in the 90s, so they're in your wheelhouse. Any guesses?
No.
Not a
It's
single
all
one.
jumbled up, between everything.
I mean, all of them kind of went. I mean, it's probably some of the biggest names in the
Andre the
WWE.
Giant.
No.
Hulk
That's
Hogan.
the 80s. Hulk Hogan in the 90s. Yep. Well, that was
Chris
the first
Jericho.
one. Not Jericho.
Y2J always
Not
is
Jericho.
the winner.
Not in the Royal Rumble. Shawn Michaels did it in 95, 96.
Oh, damn.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, Big J,
That's right.
in 97, 98. And
There's
then
an ambulance involved in that one.
Cody Rhodes did it 2023 and 2024. So we'll see who wins the Royal Rumble this year.
Now,
And you can tune in.
I haven't seen it. Is there backlash because this is happening in Saudi Arabia? I haven't seen
I don't know.
anybody say nothing about it. But I mean, if there's a comedy show there, look out, everybody.
Yeah, I don't
so
know.
I don't get it. How am I supposed to feel about stuff happening in Saudi Arabia?
I don't know. I don't know if it matters or not.
Because all the talkers and everybody, not a damn peep out of them about the WWE in Riyadh.
Well, it's not like it's WWE is a hot subject on a lot of sports talk. So there could be that.
Well, not even
angle of things,
sports
too.
talk. I mean, just in general.
Yeah, but I mean, again, I don't know if it's top of the conversation. Like
Of wrestling fans?
Like other. Oh, sure. I think wrestling fans, but I also don't think that kind of thing is that important to them. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it is. I'm out of the loop when it comes to wrestling as well. Maybe they're pissed off about it. I don't know. But it's not. I would have to say we're probably dialed in more into the world of popular culture and stand-up comedy than we are to wrestling. Agree or disagree on that?
Yeah.
So it could be the echo chamber we live in is not affected by that particular outside source. You know who Mandy Patinkin is, Big J?
Oh, of course, man.
Inga
Montoya.
Yeah. He is coming back, and he is going to be part of Amazon Prime Video's God of War series. He has been cast as Odin, Big J. Described as the most powerful Aesir god, the series is based on the PlayStation game. It follows Kratos and his son Atreus on a journey to fulfill their late wife and mother's final wish. The show has a 2-season order and is currently in pre-production in Vancouver, but this is the first thing that Mandy Patinkin's done in a while.
Yeah, and I thought this wasn't up his wheelhouse. So,
well, I mean, you didn't play the games, but Odin is taken after I can't remember. It's Richard something, one of the actors in The West Wing, and is very much patterned after him, and he provides the voice for it as well in the games. But this makes sense. I mean, Mandy Patinkin is an older actor. This is who it should be. And I think he could be a bad dude if needed to be. Odin, spoiler, not a very good character in this particular story. Not a good guy. Not the Anthony Hopkins you remember from the Thor world. I'll put it that way. This is a different kind of take on the gods that maybe you're familiar with. How about that?
there you go.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your important stuff. We will do a little bit of We're Going to Hell action next on the X Rocks.
Bringing to light stories that are incredibly f***ed up. Oh man, we're going to hell.
Where the hell is the switch?
The Morning After with Nick and Big J on 100.3 The X Rocks.
Headed to Florida for today's We're Going to Hell story, Big J.
Home of We're Going to Hell.
Kissimmee, Florida, to be specific.
Yeah.
The Windsor Hills Resort. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar with the geographical layout to Florida, Kissimmee and the Windsor Hills Resort really, really close to Disney World down there in Florida,
okay.
right?
Yeah, Orlando.
Yeah, kind of in that area. And one of the things that particular place is known specifically for is being a good area to Airbnb it if you're going to stay there with your family at the resort and you don't want to pay resort prices and you want to check out Disney World. Maybe you're going to Universal Studios as well. You get yourself an Airbnb in Kissimmee and you have a pretty decent place that's not too far away and probably much cheaper than anything that's super close to Disney World. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Kevin Westerhold is 51 years old. He owns a couple of houses in that area that he basically Airbnbs out. That's the purpose of them in that particular area. So he is doing okay for himself, right?
Okay. Good.
And it's the middle of the week. It was, yesterday, so it was Thursday. And he's getting ready for the weekend stays, so he popped by his Airbnbs to clean them up, Get them all ready to go for the weekend stays, make sure they were all nice and tidy. But then something weird happened, Big J.
Oh.
At least according to several witnesses and a bunch of cell phone footage. Apparently, on the front yard of one of his Airbnbs, Kevin became very, very attracted to the vacuum cleaner that he was cleaning his houses with. Dropped trowel, Big J, and started making sweet, sweet love to that vacuum cleaner.
Oh, my God.
The Kissimmee Police Department got several 911 calls about a male suspect's lewd vacuum encounter in the middle of his front yard. By the time the cops had arrived at the scene, the man had left the area. But after investigation, they went around and talked to several people that had cell phone footage of this particular incident that very clearly shows Westerhold, according to police, in the middle of a sexual act with the vacuum and then saying things to the vacuum. Like, you like that?
Oh, my God.
You like that? So based on the witness accounts and video evidence, they were able to track down Westerhold at the home of he and his wife, which is basically right outside of Kissimmee as well. He was taken into custody, charged with exposure of sexual organs, a misdemeanor, and he was booked into jail on a $2,500 bond. He does not appear to still be in custody. This happened yesterday, but I'm just trying to... I mean, I don't know if I'll ever be able to wrap my head around that. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, no kidding.
I'm not sure if he was inebriated or under the influence of something.
Or multiple things.
Yeah, where he's like,
That's
listen,
a multiple thing.
you think?
Yeah.
Where you're like, man, that vacuum cleaner looks good. God, it looks good.
This would feel great.
Yeah. I mean, I could try it in my house, I suppose, but why not just do it right here in the yard? For the God and
This
everything.
has to happen now.
I can no longer wait. It needs
Why
to
is the
happen.
vacuum cleaner outside?
I think he was moving it like in and out of the two houses because he was cleaning both of them.
okay.
So he was bringing like the cleaning supplies in and out, and it happened to be in the front yard, like maybe he was mid-transit or something. And he's like, listen, I do not know if the vacuum cleaner was on. I don't know any of these details. All I know is you should not be having relations with with your vacuum cleaner. Agree or disagree?
Yeah, it's best we don't know any more details
Yeah, you're probably right.
for the purpose of the FCC.
You're probably right. But a reminder, do not do this. I don't think the vacuum gave consent. That's not fair.
I don't think it needs to.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
It's an object, not a.
I mean, you may
a
be
living life force.
Anti-consent, but I'm pro-consent.
Morning, inanimate objects.
Morning. Well, maybe you shouldn't be having sex with inanimate objects. I guess we differ there, too.
I don't know.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your We're Going to Hell story. It is the X Rocks.
Here's traffic.
That is Pearl Jam. That is Even Flow here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. We try to keep you up on all the trends so that when something comes along, you realize, oh man, yeah, I heard about this on the X. I guess it's not that crazy, even though it does seem a little bit weird. But, Big J, are you prepared to change the way that you go to the bathroom?
No.
You may not have a choice soon.
Okay.
Because, obviously lots of people travel across the world and they have different ways of going to the bathroom in different parts of the world, right?
Yeah.
But there is something that is now obviously making an impact on American audiences. People that travel to Japan are bringing some of this stuff back with them, and it has become a pretty hot commodity in the world of home renovation. And anybody who has gone to Japan understands that people go to the bathroom a little bit different over in Japan than they do here in the United States of America. Did your family tell you a little bit about this?
No.
You didn't talk about your family's bathroom habits?
I mean, are you talking about the toilets?
Yeah, the
we've talked about this before.
The squat facing forward toilets, not just the
Oh no, this is a different thing.
Yeah, not just the bidets. I'm talking about the basically if you go to Japan, they face their toilets a little bit different. You basically face forward towards the wall of the toilet, and Americans are starting to realize this is the better way to go to the bathroom. It's called a washikiki toilet in Japan, and the design helps everything. It helps you basically work a little bit better. It's designed to help your body in this particular way. And then also when you face forward toward a curved hood of the toilet, gravity handles the mess. So there's limited splashback, Big J. Waste flows perfectly into the drainage system.
None of my problems.
Well, it might be. And so facing forward, also in a public toilet kind of way, protects your privacy in stalls. So they can have shorter doors. Your back stays towards the entrance. So you can't, nobody can walk in on you and see
just the
you.
way you're describing it, I feel like I'm being, strapped into a race car or some kind of goofy ass roller coaster.
Think of the way that you go to the bathroom right now. Put it in your mind.
Yeah.
Now turn it around. That's how these things kind of go with a different kind of design. So you're facing the back of the toilet now as opposed to outwards. You understand?
Uh-huh.
And so basically the way they're designed helps everything. The flow of your body, the flow of the plumbing, and helps with privacy as well. So these things are becoming a little bit more popular here in the United States. Also, many Japanese bathrooms manage bathroom acoustics. They have a high-tech device that plays a bunch of different noises and sounds so that it kind of covers up you doing your business as well. Privacy, a huge thing over in Japan.
God, what a bunch of weirdos.
This is a thing that's happening around here. There's also plenty of toilets over in Japan that aren't anything. There's just like, you do the squatting kind of a thing. That's a different world altogether. These are the toilets that they are dealing with on a regular basis, and they're making their way here stateside. So before you know it, Big J, you could be doing a 360 on the toilet.
I mean, you need to be prepared for that. Like, if you go into, all of a sudden they got new fancy, finagled restrooms, that would be like, man.
It's a different kind of experience, I guess, and it's supposed to make things a little bit easier. Of course, if you're going number 2. If you're a dude and going number 1, it's a different animal altogether, but this is supposed to help in that particular world. So maybe, just maybe, you might have to think about a different way of going to the bathroom, Big J. And it sounds like you're having a hard time wrapping your brain around.
Yeah, I'll be all right.
You don't have to, I guess, install these in your own home. I'm just saying it might be a public restroom thing of the future.
Far off future around here.
Sure, yeah, probably, you're right. But you never know. And maybe it might help things a little bit better, Big J. Might help you flow a little bit better.
Well, hey, why we just all of a sudden stop designing stuff because we got something that works? Maybe there's some things that work better. We find out more and more about the human body all the time.
Yeah, listen, this is an improvement. And maybe, just maybe, it's making its way stateside. Morning After with Nick and Big J. Some important stuff on the way. Let's not forget your pop culture smackdown. It's all coming up on the X Rocks.
On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
And we're lined up with a badass Morning After prize package for Pop Culture Smackdown. We're talking tickets to the PBR. We're going to talk to Aaron Williams, one of the writers here in just a few in studio, and Sheriff Donahue from Caynon County. We also have an awesome little gift from Porta Subs, a couple medium combos. You get some sandwiches there, some drinks, some bags of chips, and you're in the running for a huge-ass platter of Porta Subs subs for the big game. So, hell of a prize package. You got to bring it in Pop Culture Smackdown and beat me to win it.
208-287-1003 if you want to check out the PBR this weekend and get some Porta Subs in your tummy. But you do have to beat Big J in Pop Culture Smackdown in order to do it. Big J, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, let's go to the phones. Hello, the X. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, who's this?
This is Jeremy.
Jeremy, you're up first. Jeremy, what is the name of the disembodied hand in the Addams Family and the Wednesday TV series?
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Well, listen. We appreciate you listening, Jeremy. Thank you very much. Not a Wednesday fan. Not all of us can be. I understand that,
yeah,
Big J.
I get it.
Hello, the X. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi. What is the name of the disembodied hand in the Addams Family and the Wednesday TV series? And movies, I guess.
Thing?
Yes. Right. It is called Thing. You are officially taking on Big J. Big J, in the TV show Friends, what superstar played the role of Rachel's sister, Jill?
Let's see. Rachel's sister, Jill.
Yeah, that's Jennifer Aniston's sister.
I want to say... I really don't know. I'm just guessing here.
That's clear.
Yeah. Gina Davis.
Wrong. No, a little bit younger. One of your, I would say, I'm not going to say favorite, but you enjoy her films, I'll put it that way, in the romantic comedy world. I think you like more than you dislike. How about that?
Oh, Sandra Bullock?
No. Okay. Wrong. No, but in that kind of realm.
Yeah, no idea.
All right. Well, that means you win, sir. Do you happen to have a guess who played Jill, Rachel's sister on Friends?
I can't remember.
That's okay. You win no matter what. The answer is Reese Witherspoon. Right. Reese Witherspoon played Jill, Rachel's sister on Friends. Enjoy the PBR. Enjoy some Porta Subs coming your way. Well done. Hang on 1 second. We'll hook you up with everything you need to know. And we're going to talk Comedy Lounge next on the X Rocks. Morning After with Nick and Big J. You've heard us talking about it for a while. The PBR returns to the Ford Idaho Center Arena tonight and tomorrow night. It's an honor and privilege to welcome into the studio a rider and a very important part of the Treasure Valley. Introduce yourselves to the Treasure Valley, guys.
My name is Aaron Williams. I'm a professional bull rider.
And I'm Sheriff Kieran Donahue, Caynon County Sheriff.
Thank you very much for coming in. We certainly appreciate it. Sheriff Donahue, you've been a big part of the PBR for the last couple of years, and you've got a pretty big event tomorrow night. Let's talk a little bit about it, because the Man Up Crusade is incredibly important to you and to the Treasure Valley.
I appreciate that. Yeah, we've been with the PBR now, partnered 10 years ago, and it's been a nice ride. It's a decade long, our partnership. PBR is just, they were the leaders in professional sports to come alongside the Man Up Crusade, bringing awareness to the issue of domestic violence in our country, not just here in Idaho, but throughout the country. So we do a lot of events across the country, but this is hometown for the Man Up Crusade, and PBR, they just couldn't be any better about bringing bull riders like Aaron to the area and committing to not just doing the greatest show on dirt, really, truly, and having the most dangerous sport, but taking time, and the bull riders taking time to really say, hey, look, there's a societal issue out there. We can help solve it. And there's a lot of young people that look up to this man to my right. There's a lot of these kids that are coming up, and when bull riders like Aaron can stop for a minute and say, hey, you know what, we need to have good, healthy relationships and do the right thing. That's what the PBR's image is about. They bring in the best bull riders, the best stock in the world, and at the same time, they're helping people do better in life.
I don't think you could find a better partnership, just because, there's nothing more manly than being a bronc buster and getting on horses and bulls and riding. That's some of the most manly stuff you can do. So that being part of that and saying, hey, it's not okay to do this, and this is what a real man and how they treat somebody is, it's a perfect marriage.
It really is. I grew up in the ranching industry and rodeo industry, and rode a lot of broncs in my day, but this is such a, we can control that. Guys like Aaron and me in the old days, we can control what we do, but you can't control what other people do. And so these young people, it's so important to reach out and say, look, teen dating violence should not exist in our communities. A domestic abuse of any kind should not occur in our communities. And guys like Aaron, again, and people like him who are out there risking their lives literally every day they get on a bull, every night, having that fortitude to say, we can change this, we can change society, but we can change it one generation at a time. And when guys like him can reach out to those kids that look up to him that are coming into the circuit, I think, and it doesn't just, they don't have to be bull riders. They can be every type of person. It's so important. But you're right, the cowboy ideology is where it all starts.
So Man Up Crusade night is tomorrow night at the PBR.
Sir.
What do people have to look forward to?
Well, tomorrow night will be the culmination of the weekend. It'll be the championship for the Nampa event. It'll be purple night. We want people to come in purple. The Man Up Crusade will have a booth. They'll be doing a beautiful gift buckle for the Man Up Crusade and PBR commemorative of this year. And they'll do a 50-50 raffle, and somebody's going to make some money.
Nice.
And they'll do a check presentation. Probably the last intermission will do a check presentation by the PBR to the Man Up Crusade.
Beautiful. And, of course, while all of that is going on, some of the most entertaining entertainment period that you can see is going to be happening all weekend when the PBR takes over the Fort Idaho Center Arena. And, Aaron, thank you for coming in, man. We had a chance to talk to you earlier this week about what you're preparing for Nampa. How much does momentum play into your success when it comes to riding or an event like this? When you get off to a good start, do you know it's going to be a good weekend, or is it all just one ride at a time?
Oh, shoot, one ride at a time, one jump at a time, and short-term memory. You gotta take the positive and the good, and then also the little bits of negative. You got to flip that into a positive and learn from it and make that good. So, short-term memory and just stay positive and keep that positivity rolling.
Aaron, you're a professional athlete, and of course we've got that big game coming up here in a couple weeks, and we always hear about injuries and how they're getting treated, but as a bull rider, I imagine that, there's a pretty high propensity to be injured on every ride in some manner, whether it be a finger or just this or that. What's the health care, what's the treatment that you guys get as professional bull riders out on the tour like this?
Oh, we have a great team of sports medicine doctors that travel with us on tour, and they look out for us and so on and so forth. But, also being a bull rider, especially a professional bull rider, is something that it's not if, it's when and how bad as far as injury goes. So, you got to kind of, tell yourself, I want to be this tough and I'm going to be this tough and keep on going, because you ride bulls for a living, you're never going to be 100% healthy. You're going to be 80% at the best. And you better learn learn to be tough and roll with the punches, literally.
Yeah, that's a whole nother challenge for you guys, is having to deal with those things while you're trying to be better a bull. I mean, it's crazy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Aaron, you've been a professional for a while now. You have a couple of event wins under your belt as well, kind of winning the whole thing. Obviously, that's the goal when you go into an event. Has to feel pretty good when you reach that goal for yourself, right?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. And half of it is up to me. I got to be a bull rider and not a bull getter honor. So I got to ride my bulls and do my job. And the rest of it, is up to the judges and up to the office staff to crunch those numbers, push those pencils, and for me, all I can do is just ride my bulls and keep it simple.
How much scouting really goes into the bull that you're going to ride and what its tendencies are? Is that overblown, or is that just something that fans kind of make up a little bit?
Oh no, there's a lot of guys that they look them up and they want to know who got on them last, and they call that guy and they look for videos and all kinds of stuff. And I mean, for me, the way I go about it is, it's simple. You got to ride them for what they are, not what they were, and definitely not what you think they're going to be. So, I keep it simple and just do that. I know what number of the bull that I've drawn, and, most of the time I forget that number and I got to check one or two more times when I get there. But, I ride them for what they are that day because, they got minds of their own and they are athletes just like we are. They move so much off of feel, and these are animals that can shift their skin from feeling one fly land on their skin. So if you don't think that they can't feel a couple grams of weight shift from the left side to the right side and then change their direction off that, you got nothing coming. So it's one of those deals where you just got to ride them for what they are.
You are in for a treat tonight to see Aaron Williams and the rest of the crew over there at the PBR. Tickets still available at ictickets.com. You can grab them at xrock.com as well. But best of luck this weekend, Aaron. Kick some ass. And Sheriff, thank you very much for coming in. We appreciate you, sir,
thanks.
as well. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, thank you, guys.
That's the Deftones' latest Infinite Source here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. It is Friday. We continue to tell you that there's always something happening at the Comedy Lounge in downtown Boise, and this weekend is no exception. It's another awesome weekend of comedy, which is why it's awesome, and we can help out with Coral in studio. Good morning, Coral.
Good morning. I didn't realize we were downtown.
Well, you're not kind of. I mean, on the bench. Yeah, it's close enough to downtown. Benchtown, if you will.
Benchtown.
But, I mean, it is a pretty awesome weekend lineup that you have, right?
Oh, it's great. We got to see a sneak peek last night. We had a great crowd for John Caparulo. He's in from Vegas. You've seen him on the White Collar Comedy Tour with like Ron White and their Blue Collar
yeah,
Comedy
White Collar.
Tour.
Yeah, that's a little
that's a
for
different
me.
one. Yeah,
It's a little bougie for John.
Yeah, I don't have any clerical jokes. So
Oh goodness! I told you, period brain.
Oh,
It's
no.
real, man.
It's real.
I forgot to take my extra iron this morning.
But, I mean, it's a really awesome lineup of shows, right?
Oh yeah, and there's 2 more chances to catch him this weekend. Friday today and Saturday. Doors open at 6. Show starts at 7. Get your tickets before doors because like they're selling out. They're selling fast. And it's not always guaranteed that there's going to be door tickets. We had people last week that are like, hey, are you going to release any more? And I had like 3 when it was all said and done. And that was it. So, like, get them now if you want to come, like, because these shows are selling out.
That's awesome. And loungeboise.com is where you can go to grab those tickets and make sure you get them in advance. And anything else of note that you want to bring up for the big lounge calendar?
Oh my gosh. I mean, check it out because we have such a stacked lineup. Jen's been working her butt off. We've got a great Valentine's Day show coming up. It's going to be an improv show. I love it because they always like reenact some sort of terrible date. Somebody always has a really terrible story.
Sure.
And then we're going to do love ballads and breakup songs afterwards. So come down for some karaoke for Valentine's Day.
Beautiful.
Hopefully somebody does Closer from Nine Inch Nails.
Lounge Boise is where you can get information and tickets on that. But this weekend, John is at the lounge both tonight and tomorrow night, and he's in studio. John, thank you for showing up, brother. We appreciate you.
Thanks for having me. I mean, every time I get to Boise, I'm like, I hope I have a chance to get up early. And I was like, you know what? I mean, yesterday was a little chilly, but I'm like, I bet 8:30 a.m. is really, I really need to experience. And yeah, I'm like, wow,
It's the dream part of being a stand-up comedian, right? The late nights and then early mornings on radio shows.
Exactly. That's why I got into comedy. I'm like, yeah, because you know what? I'm an early riser, and I'm somebody who really, I'm like, it's either comedy or farming, and
That's awesome. John, you've been in Vegas for a while. I had a chance to catch you a couple years back when you were doing your Harrah's run. Because taking you way back to Las Vegas times, but the Imperial Palace used to be my go-to.
Oh, yeah.
Right next
That's
to
the
Harrah's.
first place I ever went on spring break, Imperial Palace. Yeah.
So it was always great to pop in and see you because you had to run there for a while, man, and now you're doing the Jimmy Kimmel thing.
Yeah.
Vegas is home, right?
Vegas is home. It's we moved there. I had the Harrah's show. It was before COVID.
Yeah.
And once COVID happened, a whole bunch of shows got wiped out. And so now we just live there. And I use the airport. But it's home. I do like you said, one day a week. I'm at the Jimmy Kimmel Club. But yeah, it's just basically home base. And so every time you go to Vegas, don't you get the feeling like I think we should raise a child here. And that's what me and my wife are doing. It's like, you know what? This is a great place for family values. And it really is. It place reeks of it. So, yeah.
The comedy scene there, obviously there's a lot of opportunities, but is it easy, difficult to get where you kind of want to go doing that thing? I mean, you obviously have an in at this point. You've been there for a while and you're established, but...
Well, it's not like, I did most of my comedy career in L.A., and you go to some place like LA or New York where they have like a lot of clubs and you do a lot of like lineup shows and things like that. Vegas is still mostly, headliner rooms. There's a few rooms here and there. Like there was one in the Arts District that there was a Wise Guys that they're actually moving right now because they're like making the building like luxury apartments or something.
Yeah.
But it's there's a few places like that so you can go and sort of just work as a comic, but it's not quite like LA or New York,
Yeah.
So it's one of those things like if I was just starting out, it would be really a struggle in a place like that. But good thing, I can just go in and throw my weight around.
When you've got a regular gig like at the Jimmy Kimmel Club, and then, what's the difference? Is there a dramatic difference when you're doing that spot versus coming here into Boise and hitting the Comedy Lounge? How different does it feel to you with the audience is being your home base?
I think it really is, it really does come down to the simple thing of like, I'm coming to you versus you coming to me. Because the thing is like when I have the crowd in Vegas, you can sit there and like talk to the front row and go, so where are you guys from? And where are you guys from? Where are you guys from? And here, I think I know the answer. So it's like, so it's basically like I'm coming to your house versus you coming to mine. And that's how, Vegas is, LA and New York are like that. But most other places you go, it's generally the people who are at the show, that's where they live. So, that's really the only major difference, I think.
John Caparulo joins us in studio, going to be at the Comedy Lounge both tonight and tomorrow night. LoungeBoise.com is where you can grab your tickets. John, I want to ask you because I know that you have developed this and you have an ongoing series. You've created your own comic book.
I did.
And it revolves around you and your family, and you have a lot of fun. It seems like an incredible undertaking. Was it as difficult as I think it is, or was it fun to put together?
It was really fun to put together. I mean, I guess when I was writing them, like I was able to send them out. We found an illustrator like in the Philippines, and he did the drawing, and that could be difficult because I can't draw myself.
Right.
So it's like getting somebody else to sort of understand your vision, even if you type out exactly what you want to see in a different like square or cell or whatever. It's still I mean, the guy could speak English and everything. It wasn't like there was a translation there, but it was just trying to get somebody to understand what sort of comedic tone you're looking for.
Yeah.
So it's hard in that respect, but I love the process of creating comedy like that because I mean it's just a different sort of, you can sort of attack a lot of different things that you maybe couldn't in a stand-up set because it's so immediate with stand-up, whereas you can sort of take your time and make fun of things that maybe you wouldn't have a chance to just standing there with a microphone.
How difficult was it for you to come to that idea? Like, this is something I want to do. Were you like, I'm going to do a book or a graphic novel, or then a comic book came? But how was the decision process?
Well, I mean, the thing for me was like, I always wanted to develop a TV show.
Yeah.
And I mean, for years I was going in and out of that with all of, what they call development hell. And it finally just sort of dawned on me that the only shows that I watch that I like are cartoons. I love The Simpsons. I love South Park. I love, the Seth MacFarlane shows, things like that. I love those shows. And that's where, comedy can be so much more fun there because you can just let it rip.
Yeah.
Like you're not really confined by reality, which is what makes those shows so fun and so funny for me is that you can, you're not limited, the way you are in a live action thing. So I wanted to make a TV show, and then, that's hard to get off the ground. And then a friend of mine's like, why don't you do a comic book until you can get the show off the ground? So that's how it took place.
And
so,
look at you now, five issues out so far, right?
Yeah.
More to come? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that it's kind of weird because I did the first 5 issues and I'm like, I don't know if I want to stay with that idea or if I want to shift to a different, set of characters. So that's where I'm at right now. Kind of stuck with it. But the 5 issues I've done, every time I look at them, I'm like, I should do more of these. So it's one of those things that I do want to do more. And you know what? I think if I was better at marketing things like online, because the thing is, that's the problem with comic books is printing them and stuff like that. Whereas if I had more initiative to go out and go, hey, people, check out this comic book for $1, instead of trying to get people to, buy a hard copy for $8 or something like that. I'm not a smart businessman.
No.
So,
You know what the secret is? Getting up early and getting on a more morning
it
shows,
is.
John.
It is exactly. I know. I got all that stuff down. It's just the actually doing something with it is the problem.
It's a great comic, and of course, you have a ton of fun ready to go at the Comedy Lounge this weekend. LoungeBoise.com is where you can grab your tickets for tonight and tomorrow night's show. Always good seeing you, brother. Thank you for coming in. Corley, you're the best. Thank you for coming in as well.
Thanks.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. Going to talk PBR next on the X.
Bad impressions.
So far, I'm not impressed.
On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
And we have for you here some awesome tickets, baby. X-Fest pre-party is happening March 6th at the Revolution Concert House and Event Center, and I'm personally so excited about the lineup. Filter, Finger 11, and Local H. It's going to be a great show at the Rev Center. We'll get you lined up with tickets to this if you can figure out the clues to this very famous musician this morning.
208-287-1003 if you want some X-Fest 2026 pre-party tickets. It's a Friday night. It's going to be a hell of a show. And you'll be going free of charge. If you can figure out Big J's bad impression, you get 3 clues. They all revolve around this famous musician. Figure it out, and you're going. Big J, are you ready?
Yeah, man.
Then to the phones we go. Hello, the X.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man. What's up? What's your name?
Matt.
All right, you're up first, Matt. Good luck.
Being a guitarist in the 80s, living in L.A., it was like living in the jungle, baby.
The Guns N' Roses?
Well, that's the band.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Here we go. This next clue will definitely help you. I wear a big-ass top hat, not just while I'm playing on stage with GNR, but when I shower as well.
Is it Slash?
Yeah, it's Slash.
You nailed it, dude.
Hey.
Hang on 1 second. We'll hook you up with those Filter Finger 11 Local H tickets for free. What was clue 3 for fun?
My real name is Saul. Better call me.
Why is Slash in the news?
I mean, couldn't they have just waited to say this like a couple weeks down the road? It'd be nice. But Guns N' Roses guitarist Slash revealed the band will release a full album of original material following their current series of reworked older tracks, Nick. Speaking to our coworkers in Vegas, Slash explained that recent singles, Atlas and Nothing, represent the final songs from archived material featuring Axl's vocals with new instrumentation. So basically what they did is they ripped everything out and then put back Slash and Duff's work there.
Yeah.
And the guitarist indicated these vault songs will ultimately be completed into one release, stating that there's really no more of that sort of old refresh stuff to release. He promised that the project will feature all new original stuff, and there'll be an actual album, which will serve as the follow-up to Chinese Democracy.
All right. It's
So
happening.
he's saying, hey, we got some real new stuff. Not this side. Yeah, it's new, but it's not.
Basically, the vaults are empty at this point. So now anything new has to be what's up. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your bad impressions. We'll wrap up the show here next on the X. Abaton, nothing more. Crossing the Rubicon. Wrapping up the Morning After with Nick and Big J for this Friday and this week. Busy show today, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you to PBR rider Aaron Williams for coming in. Thanks to Canyon County Sheriff Donahue for coming in as well, talking about the PBR taking over the Idaho Center out there this weekend, tonight and tomorrow night. You can still grab your tickets if you like at ictickets.com or xrock.com. If you want to grab some PBR action, you certainly can. Also, special thank you to Coral and John Caparulo for coming in, talking about his 2 shows happening at the lounge at the Boise Comedy Lounge. Keep wanting to call it the Lounge of the End of the Universe, but it has officially changed its name, Big J. Please stop calling it that.
Yeah.
And of course, we gave away some tickets to go check out the PBR as well as our official X-Fest pre-party. So a big show, but it leaves you with the floor, sir.
Yeah, happy birthday to Christian Bale, Nick, 52 years old. Have you seen the teaser or even any pictures of him as Al Davis?
Yeah. He looks like Christian Bale, slick back hair. Absolutely.
I think it looks better than that.
And I've seen him as Frankenstein as well. As he's got a movie coming out about that. I think that hits theaters before the Al Davis one does, doesn't it?
Yes.
Are you excited about that one?
It looks really interesting.
It's either going to be awesome or it's going to be really bad.
Why, are we talking about Frankenstein or the Madden movie? Which one are we talking about
actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But yeah, the Frankenstein one is what
I think it looks interesting.
And so we will see how it goes. The Bride, that one's called, by the way.
The Bride.
And so happy birthday, Christian Bale. Big J, up to this point, your favorite Christian Bale performance? Not movie, performance.
Performance?
That's right, because that's his job. He doesn't make the movies. He just makes the performance.
Anytime he goes, ugh,
where is she? Morning After with Nick and BJ. That's it for us. We'll see you Monday. Jason Drew's up next. It's the X-Rock.